there, Facebook family. We're here with Bridles and Bibles. Jesse's getting ready to go live in the round pen. If you're here, come check her out, round pen 2. I will catch it on this. Watch if you can. Hopefully they saw it. Here's the ponies in action.
Now, when you first start roping, like doing the hot climbs,
You're on live right now.
use your outside leg, so when the rope rolling, down, put it to your hips, and then you go to strike off someone with horse, and that rope gets tied up in the hip. I'll actually use that leg, roll it, bring it back closer to their backside. So, if I start to feel that magic,
Are you good with him? I'm gonna go stand by the speaker.
I'll still keep it a little straight, not a disengagement.
Oh, it's working. Oh, wait all night. I didn't get to do my
Alright, so my name is Jessica Merrifield. I am the clinician and founder for Bridles and Bibles. Today, I wanted to share with everybody our motto for Bridles and Bibles. My husband and I, we are both certified trainers. We went to TVCC, and we love the buckaroo style Jaquima to Freno, which is Hackamore to bridle. If you look over here at our fence, we've got a couple different styles of bridle bits. Now, part of the reason that we love this style is because it teaches your horse to listen. And I think that it's important in any relationship that you have, whether you have a relationship with God, whether you have a relationship with a horse, your kids, your spouse, that your number one skill is going to be able to learn how to listen, right? So this Jaquima to Freno, it comes from Mexico. And part of the reason that I love doing this is because we start off in the Hackamore. Some people like to start off in a snaffle bit, which you can see as an example right here. But for me, and like a lot of people who are really traditionalists, they start their horses in the Hackamore. This little guy, his name is Zeus. He's 7 years old. I didn't start him. He's been an up and down horse. He's a good boy though. I started riding him in a Hackamore a couple months ago. I think this is maybe his 4th time. So I'm hoping that he's going to give us a pretty good demonstration. But as I've come to realize, and part of the reason I love riding in the Hackamore, I used to ride it in the feedlot a lot when I worked at Beach Northwest. And it made me a better rider. That was my big piece. It made me better, made me a better horseman, because there was nothing in my horse's mouth that I could be like, grab control or drag my horse this way. I had to use my body. I had to use my skills and my ability to teach my horse, hey, you want to pay attention to me. You want to do what I want to do. So today, I'm hoping that he'll be a good demonstration, because he's kind of lazy, but he is a really, really good boy. I got my thing on backwards here. So part of the reason with Bridles and Bibles, we love this Jaquima to Freno, is our motto is learning to become God's bridle horse, right? And as your relationship starts, just like when I'm starting in a Hackamore with a horse, it's rough, right? If you've ever started a colt, you know, you kind of get on, there's no such thing as direction. You're just kind of getting on and going and hoping that you stay on. So when I'm teaching my horses, oh, there you can see he's a little eventful. The interesting thing about these Hackamores, and I learned this from a buddy of mine. Woo, buddy. It's okay. You don't ride off of the noseband. A lot of people think that all of my control's coming from up here. The interesting thing is if I come here and I pull on his face and I do this stuff, do you see him brace? Right? How often have you braced against God when he's asked you to do something? What happens is he kind of goes, oh, and pulls. What you ride off of when you ride a Hackamore is this knot underneath. Underneath the horse's jaw is actually fairly sensitive. So when I'm moving, when I'm doing things, I'll actually bring my reins up. You see how he softens? And this is kind of one of the only tools that I'll use where I'll actually bump my hands a little bit, because I can sit here and hold the pressure, it's not going to do much. But if I kind of just boop, boop, Boom. That's what I want, right? When you're riding, when you're doing this, as you move, everything comes from here. One of the pieces that we talk at Bridle, and like I use a lot, is just learning body language. Horses speak body language. So many people come up and they're like, oh, you're a horse whisperer. There's no horse whispering. I just learned how to use my hips and my seat to make my horse move. And that is why I love this, because it teaches my horse to listen, and it teaches me to listen to them. I know that when you're in relationship with the Lord, especially starting out, or even if you've like wandered off and come back, everybody's like, oh, well, I don't hear him. That's okay. Like relationship learning, that stuff, it takes time. Just like, training a colt, getting on and going places and doing things. These things take time. It's not right away. It's not immediate. And learning your relationship with the Lord, learning to listen to him, it's no different. I have a 1.5-year-old. She's learning to talk right now. She really thinks she says a lot too. When she's talking, I get a lot of blah, 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 and then like one word I understand. Dada. She loves daddy. Huge daddy's girl. It's that one word that she starts to move off of. That, I'm sure all of you have heard, pressure and relief. Add pressure, boom, you did what I want, release. Add pressure, boom, release, right? When I'm riding in these Hackamores, and I used to ride in the feedlot so much, and we'd work cows, and I'd train my horses and stuff, and I used to have this really nice little gray mare. I rescued her, bought her for like $300. You would not believe how many people came up to me, and they're like, oh, I love your mare, she's so nice, and I'm like, I bought this horse for $300, but thank you. She listened, because I rode her in a Hackamore so much. Now, if you've got a horse that wants to run away, I wouldn't recommend this. Like, do it in a round pen, do it in an arena or something before you decide to head out. Are you peeing? Oh, okay. I thought I felt it, and then I didn't hear anything. So, as you ride, as you go through this, as you start working and listening to God, it takes time, And I think one of the beautiful things, and something that we kind of get a cheat sheet for, is he gave us the Bible to read, to learn his heart, to learn his peace. Something my husband and I have been talking about a lot and kind of bouncing ideas back and forth on is this idea of attention. I am much more of I want my horse's temperament to come in before the physical go do this thing. And we call it task completion. And that's something that our Professor Wade used to talk about all the time, was temperament and task completion. There's two pieces that you can train your horse to do. When I lean more on the temperament, because I'm a woman. I don't have the physical strength to kind of force my horse to do anything that I want to do, which I think in some ways is probably a benefit. I think it's made me a little bit of a better horse rider. My husband recently has been very like task completion. We have this little blue roan mare. She's absolutely gorgeous, very sensitive, and will not do something if you force her to. You have to teach her. So the other day he was trying to worm her. Was not going well. She didn't want it in her mouth, and he was like, I just need to get this in here so I can. I told him, I'm like, honey, just stop. Teach her to put the thing in her mouth first. So he slowed down, and it took less than 5 minutes because we focused more on attention. When I'm riding, especially in this Hackamore, my biggest piece and my number one thing I want to teach my horses is to pay attention. Now, let's go back to the body language piece real quick. When I talk about body language, I put my leg in. Who's ever, I'm sure you've probably even seen it today, a horse spooks and they go, right? They make that C shape. That is a horse's body language for attention. So when I'm riding, my number one thing is I want my horse to pay attention to me. I want to pay attention to me. I want him to pay attention to his feet. And if we're going after a cow, I want him to pay attention to the cow. So I'd be riding in the feedlot, and I'd be coming along, and I'd be watching this cow, and I'd just pick up this inside rein and inside leg and just curve my horse's body. So right now you can tell he's kind of looking over here. He's like, what is that? Bring in, boom, he's tension, right? When I'm riding an arena, if his attention is towards the inside of the arena, his attention is on me. If he's going to the outside, his attention's on the outside. So I'll bring this rein in, boom, boom. That's all I need. Oh, you want to stop the gate. Number one tool to learn how to listen to God, start paying attention. And it can be really difficult because you're not really sure what you're paying attention to. Horse doesn't know either. You start getting on them and stuff, they're like, what is going on, right? Learn to pay attention. And it's hard. It's hard when you first start off. There's so many things in this world that's like, hey, over here, hey, over there, hey, look at this, what are we doing over here, right? And I think that's something the enemy uses to distract us as much as possible. Hey, look at this, don't pay attention to God, pay attention to me. This over here is going to kill you, this over here is going to get you. It's not. It's fine. Have faith, have trust. Learn to pay attention to what it is God's asking you to do. And 95% of the time, it has nothing to do with task completion. My husband and I, we've been talking about moving or going somewhere or doing or what kind of the next step is for us. Because Bridles and Bibles is blowing up. We kind of want to be around here more, right? And I've talked about it. We've prayed about it and stuff. And we kind of realized, like, we're really focused on our next step in this world. But I don't think that's the part that matters. I think the part that matters is that God's going to want to bring us to Him and start changing our hearts, changing our personal experience, changing who we are as people. Getting over there and going, you know, I want to do whatever it is God has us to do. And likely, it's going to be something you don't want to do. It's going to be going and having a conversation with your boss that you don't want to have. Or talking to that person that you don't want to forgive. And it's hard. It's not fun. But when I'm training my horse, that's all I ask of him. Go do this thing over here that's going to scare you. You know why? Because afterwards, you're going to learn to trust me more. And it's the same thing with God. He's going to ask you, go do this thing that makes you uncomfortable so you can grow, so you can learn, so you can come back to me. Now, I'll ride him around a little bit, kind of kick him up to a trot. I'm going to ride him like I would ride a colt, okay? So it's going to be kind of floppy. When I'm riding a colt, I over-exaggerate my body language as much as possible. I'll come out here and go, okay, come over here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. So my direction's easy to see, right? I'm trying to communicate with him and teach him how to learn as much as possible. And eventually what happens is as this horse learns to pay attention, as he learns to listen, I'm going to kind of get a little more refined. I'm not going to bring my hand all the way out here. I'm going to kind of put it here. Just a little bit right here. Just a little. Oh, you don't want to pay attention? Bring my leg in a little bit. Oh, good boy. Come around, come around. Eventually, I'm going to start adding this outside rein. Kind of get him the neck rein a little bit. Can you come out? Oh, there you go. Eventually, I should be able to kind of... Oh, there. Good. Good. Look, you're paying attention. You're listening, right? Our next step is going to be this horse over here. Hannah, you want to bring me Sloth, please? Now, this horse is technically my husband, so nobody told him I stole him. Sloth here is our good ranch bridle horse. Now, if you look at his setup, this is kind of your next step in your Jaquima Freno in the 2-rein. So, he's like, whoa, this is not a ranch and there's no cows, guys. So, if you see here, ooh, big man, good boy. You see here, we've got 2 reins. Now, this is my crappy little rope that I got at D&B because my other one broke. And this is our nice bridle reins, which also broke this weekend. So you can tell we're kind of loose on the stuff. But if you look over here, right here on the fence, I've hung up different kinds of bridle bits. Now, this one here is the kind that Sloth has. This is called a Mona Lisa. This one is called a half-breed. It's actually backwards. Just put that around for you. There you go. And then this guy here is a spade. Now, I know a lot of people look at these bits and they go, oh my gosh, that is a huge bit. How could you put that in your horse's mouth? Here's the beautiful thing about Jaquima Freno. Bridle or Hackamore bridle. It is about training your horse into this. This is like top-notch, my horse listens to me, right? When we do the Jaquima Freno, when we're doing this stuff, your horse has to be so attuned to your body language. Now, I don't have a spade bit horse, but I hope to someday. This is a really old spade bit that a friend of mine, Jane, let me borrow. And you can see how long it is, right? Now, who sees this and kind of goes, right? Kind of like, ooh, dude, I don't want to put that in my mouth. Here's the thing. This horse's mouth is huge. They're long. This covers more surface area than this snaffle bit here. When you pull on this, one spot it's hitting. This guy's covering more surface area. This is actually a gentler bit. But I am training him into this. I'm not going to stick this in a colt. I'm not going to stick this in a horse that doesn't know what's going on. Pay attention. It's going to be fun. My nice bridle horse and my Hackamore horse over there is going way better. So what happens is when I start to ride, and I'm switching from a Hackamore to this 2-rein. Can you guys all see this little little piece here. This is called a bozolito. It's basically just a miniature version of that. So I go from that to this guy. I don't need this.
So we're going to start with her.
Thank you. You have no personal space. Also did not start this one. So if you guys kind of see how this sits in his mouth here, it's balanced. It's there. It's going to put him in a natural headspace. You know how we've been talking about body language, right? When we talk about the body language piece, who's ever heard of like a high-headed horse? What does that mean? Right? The reason being is because when horses get stressed, they pick their head up. I want you all to kind of take a look at Sloth's conformation. Even though he's acting like a pill right now, you see how flat he is? And let's admit, he's kind of a sexy chunk, right? Part of the reason is because this horse has a good mindset. I can go buy a horse, and even if they've been drugged, if they've got this giant muscle down here, I'm like, nope. Because that horse always holds his head up. All the time. He's up here. Okay. The horse has no attention. You want to fix that? Teach your horse to pay attention. Unlike somebody right now. Don't let his name fool you. Ooh, good boy. Alright. Hold on. Before we get all tangled up here. Now, I rode him outside earlier and he was like super lazy. We get in here and he's like, what's going on? Please excuse my getting on. Really? Walk out. Okay, so he is a full bridle horse. He's not a 2-rein horse. But when I get into this 2-rein, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten this rein first and then kind of just barely hold this one. So if I'm training my horse here, I'm riding him off of that bozolito the most. I'm coming up here and just whoop. Some people, oh, I lost my thing. Hold on. Some people, they ride them and they kind of just, like, they don't even use those reins. They don't even attach them. They'll take them off. And they'll let that horse just, what we call pack the bit. As we're really struggling here, guys. You'll learn quickly. Technology and I are not friends. So as I'm riding around, I'm going to engage that. Boom. Engage. Good. Now, this horse actually rides off of my seat the most. I can sit here, and my husband rides him way better. It's a really big horse. He's kind of heavy to carry, but ooh. I don't even have to use my legs. Brady's trained him to just back up like this. Good boy. Now, one of the things you'll notice, even just like in the Hackamore, I will never pull back. My hands never come back, especially riding my bridle horses. Never, ever, ever. They are always, always up here. And I've had a lot of people who like tell me, they're like, that's not right. Your hands shouldn't be up here. But this is what I want. I want bridle horse. Can you imagine getting to this point with God? Can you imagine getting to the point where you can listen to his seat and just do that? That's it. That's all he needs. He doesn't want to pay attention. You're not great for my demonstration here, dude. So, as you start to get good at this, and he's really listening to this guy, you slowly start to pick up this bridle. You slowly start to get this. These bits are called signal bits for a reason. They're not meant to be trained on. This is top-notch. My horse knows what to do, right? Especially if you're in a spade bit. In the olden days, what they would do is they would take 2 pieces of horsehair and tie it between your reins and the bit. And if you can ride that horse without breaking those hairs, you had a true bridle horse. That is the goal. The goal is to listen to God, to be so close to him that you don't need this. This is just a signal. Most of the time when I'm riding, my bit, my reins, my anything here is simply for attention. I'm walking around, I'm doing something, my horse isn't paying attention to my seat, so I want to go this way. Oh, now I'm kind of turn. I'll pick up my rein. Boom, attention. We're going that way, buddy. This is all I want. I just want to go over here. I just want to go over here. Oh, go that way.
And there she comes to a
if we can do that with God, if you can get so close to him that he says, hey, you see that homeless person over there, go give him money. And no hesitation. No like, oh, what happens if he tries to kidnap me, right? That's always my thought. He's like, go help that person. I'm like, no hesitation. I know God's heart. This is what I want. I have one verse for you today, and it is my favorite verse. It's on a lot of our clothing. It's 2 Corinthians 5:7, where we walk by sight, or we walk by faith, not by sight. That little horse, there was one day I was out, all the way out in like Nepal, and we were gathering cattle. And if you guys have ever been out there, you know that there's like bogs everywhere, and you can just sink like quicksand. And I'm riding this horse, and there's no other way across this bog. There's a calf and a heifer over there. I'm like, man, I gotta get over there. And so I asked him, I'm like, hey, step where I tell you. Just very carefully, you walk through. And we made it, and it was fine. There was no wreck. There wasn't nothing crazy. But I had a friend come up to me afterwards. He goes, that horse trusts you more than he trusts himself. And that, for me, immediately became my goal. I want to have that much faith to be able to just trust God that much, just like he trusts me. This little horse, he's so funny. He is proud cut, all get it. He is in pain with other horses. If you look at him closely, you can see he's covered in scars. He doesn't scar anybody else up, but he always scars himself up. He's such a co. But he is so willing. I can ride that horse for 5 minutes. We'll get everything done that we need done. And I'm like, okay, well now what? I don't have anything else to teach you. I guess we're done. I want to be like this horse is with me, with God. I want to be so willing to do whatever it is he has for me to do. That's why we started Bridles and Bibles. And it scares the heck out of me. I'm not even going to lie. Standing now in front of you, never thought I'd do this in a million years. Not even last year. Ooh. Are you okay? That's a good example right there of what it's like. Half the time we're, oh my gosh, what's this over here? Oh my gosh, what's that over there? We're so scared. Trust me, that's all God wants. It's like, just have faith. It was really interesting. With Bridles and Bibles, we talk so much about learning relationships. That's all it really is. We just compare the relationship that you get with God with the relationship that you have with your horse. That's the comparison. I've had people come up to me who aren't strong believers, and they're like, well, I don't see the point. Like, I can be a good person without God. And I tell them, I'm like, you're right. You can. You can go to therapy. You can learn all the skills. You don't need God to be a good person. Being a good person is a byproduct of having a relationship with your Heavenly Father. That's all it's about. He's just here to have a relationship with you. He wants to love you. He wants to be with you. And what are you so freaked out about? When we have that relationship with him, we become like them. Who has a horse that is just like them? You know, they just reflect who you are, and you're like, oh my gosh. I've got one. His name's Simba. He's a buckskin. His anxiety is through the roof. And it was my friend Clarissa here who actually showed me. She was like, hey, your hips are really tight. Why are you so nervous on this horse? I'm like, I'm not nervous. I've ridden this horse 1,000 times. And I realized that he was reflecting me, and I realized how bad my anxiety was. When you spend a lot of time with somebody, when you spend quality time, it doesn't matter if it's a horse, with a person, you start to become like them. The more time that you spend with God, the more you learn to listen to him, the more you're going to act like him. It just happens. The more you read his word, the more you talk to him, the more you sit down and say, God, that's it, I just want you. When I really decided that I wanted to have a relationship with God, what I did was I sat down, and every day I would pray, God, help me want you more. That's not a terrible prayer. He wants that. He wants you to come to him. Say, God, I just want to have a relationship with you. Help me want you. Because it can be hard at first. He's not in front of us. You can't see him, right? He will do it. He will put you on fire for him. You just have to come to him first. When we're riding, one of the things that Wade, or my teacher, would talk about is called willing submission. And I know everybody hears that word submission, they go, ugh. Right? I know I do, especially like before I really got close to God. And that willing piece is the important part. It's your choice. He gave you free will so he could experience your true love. It's not real love if God's just like, oh, well, like you're just forced to love me, right? That's called manipulation. He gave you free will to go and say, God, I want to be with you. I choose to be with you. This is what I want. And you have the option to turn around and say no. It's the same thing with these horses. He can fully, if he would decide to buck me off, I'm not a good bronc rider. Like, I would be gone in 2 seconds. But he chooses to trust me all the time, same as Zeus. And that's because of the relationship that I've built with them. Trusting God can be so difficult, but it is so worth it. One last piece that I kind of want to leave you guys with that I feel is really important. When you start off your relationship with God, it's not easy. He's going to take out the things in your life that are not meant for you. And I promise you, it sucks. I lost so many people I thought were so important to me. But the reason he's doing it is because he's trying to get you to put him first. It's no different than helping a horse that's buddy sour or barn sour, right? I can't go get a job done if my horse is constantly thinking about going and being with other horses. Let him take those things out of your life, even though it'll break your heart. Because I promise you, what he has in store for you afterwards is beyond what you could ever imagine.
That's what I look at.
If you need an example, come talk to me, because I will tell you my story. It is insane. I never thought that I would be here.
There's a lick of the lips.
Thank you guys so much. We've got a booth over there if you want to come talk to us. Come see me. I will explain this stuff to you. We've got monthly meetings at One Main Ranch where we get together. We put on free riding clinics, and this is what we talk about. We compare all this stuff. Go see Leo because he's going to be our guest speaker this next weekend. We've got a youth program. We've got a show team. Everything has just completely blown up this year. We're so excited to share with you and to be with you guys and hopefully just share our understanding of our relationship with God through these amazing tools he's given us. So, thanks guys.
Down there, she's got the leg. That's good. We're ready to get on. After her leg, she's on. She never relaxed. She just told me that she could take it. Right? That's where we